Hey everyone, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. This is the final box for the Group 2 Challenge journals, and we'll be able to get into Group 3 just a little earlier than expected. So I'm excited about that, and you can still get your Group 3 journals in. So any journals you want to send to be shown in the next 2 months, 2 or 3 months, need to be in by June 30th. So that I can mark them, set them aside, and they will be shown next. Okay, so these are some of the largest journals I've seen. At least I've never seen this many at one time, this big. And I am excited. The name, hold on, look it up here. Alejandrina Beltrain. Alejandrina, I think it is. And so, trying to make some space. These are large. Most of these are very big, and hopefully we'll be able to see them in frame. I love this fabric. Isn't that beautiful? What's really nice about having the choice of big fabrics, some of these pages here are almost as long. They should be probably be a little shorter. They're a little bent from the mail, but I really don't think that matters. They're still fine. Okay, so this is like a 10.5 by 7. Huge journal. So if you love working in a bigger journal, then this is the video for you. 108 pages. There's no way that I'm going to be able to flip through every page of this stack of journals. I just want you to get an overview or a feel of each journal. So I'll just kind of flip like this, and you can see I did notice she had some blank white pages in here. I want to say this is her first time, so I'm going to give a little bit grace here, but they do not qualify for journals for my shop. Something needs to be done to the blank white pages. I will allow it this one time from her, and I know that she probably is new and is still getting used to it. But all of the guidelines are over on my Facebook group, or maybe she just missed a page, because most of them are. So just beware if you're sending in journals at any point. If they don't meet the guidelines, I can do whatever I want with them. I can repurpose them, give them away, thrift them, whatever. So just make sure everything meets the guidelines. I try to be as merciful as possible and get you as much money as I can for them, but there are definitely times when it obviously doesn't meet the guidelines. This is such a cool journal though, because of all of the different papers, the vintage book pages, the different weights of papers. There's not a lot of embellishing, but there's plenty of places. This is more of a journal to play in, a journal to add your favorite embellishments. And she has little flip outs and tuck spots for you, a few little bits of embellishing, but this is a journal to play in, to write in, to paint in. It is really neat, and it's nice that it is fabric lined here, so you really have a nice sturdy cover. This one here, it looks like she took an old photo album and turned it into a journal. Let's see. I did notice quite a few blank white pages in here, so again, please remember that is not accepted. But the pages are, the colors are beautiful. It has a really nice, this would be a great one for work, I think. You could write down to-do lists and different things like that. Put down project ideas and notes and all of that. I love the color scheme of that, and that she repurposed an old binder. This one's just a little smaller, but it is super cute. It looks like maybe it was a photo album. Let's see. But definitely it's been repurposed with some beautiful pages. Also a reminder that they need to be embellished. So all of these papers, that's nice, but it doesn't meet marketplace requirements. They do need to be embellished. So I may end up putting this one with the black one, because neither of them really meet requirements. So I'll put them together, try to get a little bit of money for them. Just beware of that, but I think they go together really well, so we'll stick those together as a little set. This I'm putting together as a set as well, because they do not meet requirements. These are just paper covers. This isn't even cardstock. So they are not durable at all. Now, this is fine for a notebook. I've even put stuff together like this before. They're great, either for a resource book to pull papers out of for collaging, or just perfect for your scribbles and your notes. But it is not durable, so I mean, they're pretty. I'm just saying there are requirements, and these don't meet them. So I'm going to just put them together as a little set here. And I know somebody is going to adore this set because you would have all of these to work in. And when you finish one, you've got another one. And I love the paper she put in here. I'm drooling over that. It's just gorgeous. So nice little vintage set of 6 here added to the shop. Now look at this big beauty. I mean, look at that fabric. And then I think it's a repurposed book cover. Isn't that pretty? So this is 10.5 by 7 as well. And there's wallpaper in here. Really nice wallpaper. Wow. And it's vintage fashion, florals. There's wrapping paper, catalog, like vintage catalog paper, music paper, book pages. This is a vintage lover's heaven. Look at this wallpaper. Isn't that gorgeous? Just so pretty to see all these put together. There's like a embossed vellum. So if you are a paper lover and a vintage lover, I mean, look at this book page. Just beautiful. This is for you. Look, you have a nice upholstery pocket on the wallpaper. This is really, really pretty. I think some of this wallpaper might have come from my shop. I'm not sure. But I have wallpaper for sale frequently, and I'm pretty sure there'll be some in my shop if you look under Lindsay's Supplies now. So pretty. Lots of wallpaper in here. So if you really like to craft on that, there's some papers in this pocket. That is really neat. I don't think I've ever seen a journal come through the marketplace like this before. And if you thought that was cool, I think you're really going to think this one's cool because it's even bigger, but it's still like a vintage book cover. Isn't that pretty? Fabric book cover. This one has a closure and it's giant. It is 11.5 by 9. I can barely fit it in the viewfinder. We have more wallpapers, pockets. Just look at the goodies. So this is really paper. Textures, feels. Every piece feels different. It has different types of paper, different types of fabrics. Visually appealing. This is almost a, I don't know if that's a cavallini. It has like a buttery feel to it. Washi tape, beads, but it's not too chunky. There's plenty of space to write and to play. She's done a lot of the decorating just by her choice of papers. Her choice of wallpapers, scrapbook papers. Look at the music paper. So yummy. Embossed. Little guest checks. So I know somebody is going to love it. I did notice staples. Staples like on the tabs and things. So if that bothers somebody, just be aware. But you could even take that off and sew it on if it did bother you. Script washi. Calendar from 67. This is so cool. Look at the textured, almost handmade type paper. And there's an envelope in the back as well. Huge. Huge and beautiful. This is like a faux leather, like a faux snakeskin or something, or faux, I think it's like a faux snakeskin. Cool size, 11 by 7. And I don't think this had embellishing in it when I looked earlier. It just has a ton of papers, which is really nice. And I will probably stick it with another journal since it is unembellished, and I don't accept unembellished journals anymore. Let's see what this one is. 130. Oh, love that. Just look at these pages. So pretty. Yeah, so I'll stick these two together right here. So you'll get that set. And then look at this one. Look at the gold on the cover. This is a nice and big one too. You have a little ephemera packet. That's really cute. 10.5 by 7.5. Look at the profile of that. Look at that. Got little tuck spots. Don't need a lot of embellishing in a journal. And it's perfectly fine to make on embellished journals. I just have to have some kind of a set of guidelines. That way I can control what comes into the shop and I know what sells and all of that. So look at that. So pretty. These colors. There's a lot of wallpaper in here. A lot of wallpaper. So you have some really nice thick pages that you can actually do mixed media on. If you've been looking for a journal with thicker, so if you have wallpaper, the other side of the wallpaper is a great surface to play with mixed media effects. Usually wallpaper, you know, I tend to be really stingy with, but she's just lavishing it in here. It is so pretty. I know you all are going to eat these journals up. Look at that die cut. Whew. Gorgeous. Oh, and that's actually, that's cool. Oh, so these are the ones she probably didn't use. It's an Anna Griffin set. And then another giant one for our final journal. Look at this one. Isn't that cool? So big. And again, this is 11.5 by 9 with all of the pretties. This is definitely a way to use up your stash. Just use it up, make beautiful things with it. I love how you can open the pages and feel like you have surfaces to work on. And I love the textures. She's just included so many different textures. I hope that this video has inspired you. These journals have inspired you. I am inspired for sure. Whether I'll go make one this large or not is doubtful, but that's just because it's a daunting task. It's like, oh, isn't that gorgeous? Look at those florals. Can you imagine just decorating these? Oh my word. Well, I hope that you'll subscribe if you have not. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed her giant journals. And I hope that you'll find all the links that you need in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and on to the next group journals next week. And be on the lookout for group 4 challenge details. You'll find that over on the Facebook group and here on the channel in the next week or so. Probably next week I'll have all that information. I had it planned, and then there was a little hiccup that I've got to smooth over, work through to figure out which digitals I actually want to put in there. And I'll see you all then.